Hello, Truth Sleuths. James Hopes here, the Sherlock of everyday mistakes. I'm here to sniff out the funny fallacies, debunk the hype, and give you sharp, quick takeaways. Today we're chasing the elusive dragon of virality and the silly beliefs that chase it. Ready? Let's dive. Question number 1. Why do we dream? Dreaming is like your brain's nighttime movie theater. While you snooze, your mind plays out wild scenarios, mixing memories, thoughts, and even a sprinkle of nonsense. Imagine you're flying on a giant slice of pizza while dodging angry vegetables. Totally bizarre, right? But dreams help process emotions and experiences, acting like a mental reset button. So the next time you wake up from a wacky dream, just know your brain was busy throwing a late-night party. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 2. Why is the ocean blue? The ocean's blue because it's like nature's giant mirror reflecting the sky. Water absorbs colors like red and yellow, but scatters blue light, making it look like a deep sapphire. Imagine a giant swimming pool where someone accidentally spilled blue dye suddenly. It's a party! So, the next time you gaze at the ocean, remember it's just showing off its best color. And that is why. Question number 3. Why are clouds white? Clouds are white because they're fluffy little water droplets that scatter sunlight. When sunlight hits these droplets, it bounces around, and all the colors mix together to create that bright, puffy look. Imagine a giant cotton candy machine in the sky, spinning out sweetness. So, the next time you see a cloud, just think of it as a delicious treat floating above you. Question solved. Question number 4. Why are sunsets red? Sunsets are red because of a little phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. As the sun dips below the horizon, its light has to pass through more of the Earth's atmosphere, scattering shorter blue wavelengths and leaving the longer red wavelengths to shine through. Imagine the sun putting on a dramatic show, like a diva throwing a farewell party. So the next time you watch a sunset, just know it's nature's way of saying, "Good night, world." Tiny mystery solved. Question number 5. Why is space black? Space is black because it's like the universe's very own blackout curtain. Even though there are countless stars, the vast distances between them mean there's a lot of empty space that doesn't reflect light. Imagine a giant cosmic party where everyone is dancing, but there's a huge area where nobody showed up. So the next time you gaze at the night sky, remember it's just the universe keeping things dark and mysterious. And that is why. Question from Rel Boldy. We got AI streaming now? Damn. Ah, the wonders of technology. It's like having a virtual buddy ready to chat anytime. But remember, just like a streaming service, not everything is as it seems. Sometimes, the algorithms can lead you down some wild rabbit holes. Imagine binge-watching a show about cats, only to end up on a documentary about the history of spoons. So, next time you dive into AI, keep your sense of humor handy. Question solved. Question number 7. Why does the moon follow us? The moon seems to follow us because of a trick our brains play. As we move, the moon stays at such a great distance that it appears to be gliding along with us. Imagine you're in a car, and your friend is waving from the sidewalk, making it look like they're running alongside you. So, the next time you feel like the moon is your personal cheerleader, just know it's all about perspective. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 8. Why do stars twinkle? Stars twinkle because their light has to pass through the Earth's atmosphere, which is like a wobbly lens. As the light travels, it gets bent and distorted by moving air, making it look like the stars are having a little dance party. Imagine trying to see your friend through a funhouse mirror. Everything looks a bit wiggly. So, the next time you gaze up at the night sky and see those twinkling stars, just think of them as the universe way of saying, "Look at me shine!" Question solved. Question number 9. Why is the sun hot? The sun is hot because it's basically a giant nuclear furnace. It produces energy through nuclear fusion, where hydrogen atoms smash together to create helium, releasing a ton of heat and light in the process. Imagine a cosmic barbecue where the sun is the grill master, cooking up some serious heat. So, the next time you feel that warm sunshine on your skin, just remember, it's the sun throwing a fiery party in space. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 10. Why is the Earth round? The Earth is round because of gravity. When the planet formed, gravity pulled everything toward the center, creating a nice, smooth sphere. Imagine trying to make a snowball. If you roll it around, it gets rounder and rounder. So, the next time you think about our planet, just picture it as a giant snowball rolling through space. And that is why. Question number 11. Why don't we feel the Earth spinning? We don't feel the Earth spinning because we're moving with it at the same speed. It's like being on a smooth, fast train if you're inside. You don't notice how fast you're going. Imagine riding a merry-go-round at a carnival. If it's going smoothly, you hardly feel the motion. So, the next time you think about our spinning planet, just remember you're on the ultimate cosmic ride. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 12. Why is gravity a thing? Gravity is a thing because it's like the universe's way of keeping everything in check. It's the force that pulls objects toward each other, making sure we don't float away like balloons at a birthday party. Imagine if gravity took a day off suddenly. Your morning coffee would be a flying espresso disaster. So, the next time you trip over your shoelaces, just remember, gravity is there to keep you grounded. Question solved. Question number 13. Why does time exist? Time exists because it helps us make sense of the universe. Without it, everything would be a chaotic jumble, like trying to organize a sock drawer without knowing what socks you have. Imagine if you had no clocks or calendars. Suddenly, every day would feel like a never-ending Saturday. So, the next time you glance at your watch, remember, time is just the universe's way of keeping us all on schedule. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 14. Why does time feel faster as we get older? Time feels faster as we get older because our brains process new experiences differently. When you're a kid, everything is new and exciting, like the first time you tried broccoli or rode a bike. But as we age, routine kicks in, making each year feel like a blur. Imagine being on a roller coaster for the first time versus the 100th time. Initially thrilling, but then just another ride. So, the next time you feel like the years are zooming by, just remember, it's all about those new adventures. And that is why. Question number 15. Why does time slow down when we're scared? Time slows down when we're scared because our brains go into overdrive, processing information faster. It's like your mind is running a marathon while your body is just standing still. Imagine you're about to bungee jump, and every second feels like an eternity as you contemplate your life choices. So the next time you find yourself in a scary situation and time seems to stretch, just know your brain is giving you extra time to react. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 16. Why do we have seasons? We have seasons because of the Earth's tilt as it orbits the sun. Imagine the Earth is doing a little dance, tilting to one side while spinning around the sun. When one hemisphere leans toward the sun, it gets more sunlight and warmth, creating summer, while the other side gets less, making it chilly and cozy for winter. It's like the Earth is playing favorites with the seasons. So the next time you enjoy a sunny day or bundle up in winter, just remember it's all part of our planet's dance. And that is why. Question number 17. Why is winter cold? Winter is cold because the Earth's tilt causes the sun's rays to hit at a slant, spreading the heat over a larger area. Imagine trying to warm up a pizza by holding it far away from the oven. It just won't work. When the sun is lower in the sky, it's like the universe is saying, time for a chilly season. So, the next time you're bundled up in your winter coat, just remember, it's all about that tilt. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 18. Why is summer hot? Summer is hot because the Earth tilts toward the sun, allowing its rays to hit us directly, like a spotlight on a stage. Imagine standing under a giant magnifying glass on a sunny day. Suddenly, you feel like a grilled cheese sandwich. The sun's rays are concentrated, making everything warm and toasty. So, the next time you're sweating under the summer sun, just remember it's the Earth's way of saying, let's turn up the heat. And that is why. Question number 19. Why does it rain? It rains because clouds get so full of water that they can't hold it in anymore. Imagine a group of friends at a party, drinking too much soda. Suddenly, they burst and spill everywhere. When the air cools down, those water droplets come tumbling down as rain. So, The next time you hear raindrops on your roof, just think of it as nature's way of refreshing the world. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 20. Why does thunder happen? Thunder happens because of the lightning. When lightning strikes, it heats the air around it so quickly that it creates a shock wave, which we hear as thunder. Imagine a balloon popping suddenly, and the loud bang echoes through the room. So, the next time you hear a rumble in the sky, just remember, it's the atmosphere's way of saying, "Whoa, did you see that?" Question solved. Question number 21. Why does lightning strike? Lightning strikes because it's nature's way of balancing the electrical charge in the atmosphere. When there's a buildup of energy in storm clouds, it's like a giant electrical party waiting to happen. Imagine a balloon rubbing against your hair until it's charged up, and then suddenly, zap! It's a shocking surprise. So the next time you see a flash of lightning, just remember, it's the atmosphere throwing a wild electrical dance. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 22. Why does snow fall? Snow falls because it forms when water vapor in the atmosphere freezes into tiny ice crystals. Imagine a bunch of frosty little fairies having a snowball fight up in the clouds. And when they get too many, they tumble down to join the fun on the ground. So, the next time you see a snowflake land on your nose, just think of it as a little gift from the sky. And that is why. Question number 23. Why are snowflakes different? Snowflakes are different because they form in unique ways as they fall through the atmosphere. Each flake takes a different path, encountering varying temperatures and humidity, like a little snowflake on a wild adventure. Imagine each one as a tiny artist, creating its own masterpiece as it drifts down. So, the next time you catch a snowflake on your tongue, just remember it's a one-of-a-kind creation. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 24. Why do rainbows happen? Rainbows happen when sunlight shines through raindrops, acting like tiny prisms that split the light into a spectrum of colors. Imagine the sun throwing a fabulous party, and the raindrops are the confetti, creating a colorful arc in the sky. So the next time you see a rainbow, just think of it as nature's way of celebrating after a rain shower. And that is why. Question number 25. Why is fire hot? Fire is hot because it's a chemical reaction that releases energy. When materials burn, they produce heat and light, making it feel like a mini sun right in front of you. Imagine trying to roast marshmallows over a campfire, and suddenly you're feeling the heat like you're at a beach party. So the next time you feel the warmth of a fire, just remember, it's nature's way of turning up the heat. Tiny mystery solved. Question from Atariji. Why I am cannot fly? The age-old dream of flying. You can't fly because humans lack the necessary adaptations that birds have, like lightweight bones and powerful wings. Imagine trying to jump off a diving board. With no water below, Gravity is a tough opponent. Our bodies are built for walking, running, and maybe a little leaping, but not soaring through the skies. So, the next time you look up at the birds, just remember, we're meant to enjoy the view from the ground. Question solved. Question number 26. Why do we have seasons? We have seasons because of the Earth's tilt as it orbits the sun. Imagine the Earth is doing a little dance, tilting to one side while spinning around the sun. When one hemisphere leans toward the sun, it gets more sunlight and warmth, creating summer, while the other side gets less, making it chilly and cozy for winter. It's like the Earth is playing favorites with the seasons. So, the next time you enjoy a sunny day or bundle up in winter, just remember it's all part of our planet's dance. And that is why. Question number 27. Why does fire need oxygen? Fire needs oxygen because it's like a party that can't happen without guests. Oxygen fuels the chemical reaction that keeps the fire burning, so without it, the flames would fizzle out. Imagine trying to have a dance party in a vacuum. No music, no fun. So, the next time you see a flickering flame, just remember, it's having a blast thanks to its oxygen buddies. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 28. Why does smoke rise? Smoke rises because it's lighter than the surrounding air. When something burns, it produces hot gases that are less dense, causing them to float upward like a balloon at a birthday party. Imagine trying to hold a helium-filled balloon underwater. It just won't stay down. So, the next time you see smoke drifting upward, just remember it's having a little float party in the sky. Question solved. Question number 29. Why does ice float? Ice floats because it is less dense than liquid water. When water freezes, it expands and forms a structure that traps air, making it lighter. Imagine trying to balance a beach ball on top of a pool of water. It just bobs right up. So, the next time you see ice cubes bobbing in your drink, just remember they're having a buoyant party. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 30. Why does water freeze? Water freezes when its temperature drops to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, causing the molecules to slow down and form a solid structure. Imagine a dance party where everyone suddenly decides to take a nap at the same time. They just freeze in place. So the next time you pull out a frozen treat from the freezer, remember it's just water taking a chilly break. And that is why. Question from Ataregi. Why my fart can burn? Ah, the mystery of the fiery fart. Farts can burn because they sometimes contain flammable gases like methane and hydrogen. When these gases mix with oxygen and are ignited, they can create a little flame. Imagine lighting a match and watching it spark to life. It's a similar reaction. So, the next time you find yourself in a funny situation, just remember that your body can produce some surprising gases. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 31. Why do we dream? We dream because our brains are like creative nighttime movie directors. While we sleep, they weave together memories, thoughts, and wild imaginations into bizarre stories. Imagine you restarring in a film where you're a superhero fighting giant marshmallows. So, the next time you wake up from a wacky dream, just remember your brain was busy throwing a midnight film festival. Tiny mystery solved. Question from Lola Takes. Why people always ask why so often? People ask why so often because it's a natural curiosity. It's like our brains are little detectives trying to solve the mysteries of life. When we ask why, we seek understanding and meaning, like trying to figure out why your cat stares at the wall for hours. Imagine being a toddler asking why about everything. It's all about exploring the world. So, the next time someone asks why, just remember they're on a quest for knowledge. Question solved. Question number 32. Why do we forget dreams? We forget dreams because our brains are like a messy filing cabinet. When we wake up, the details of our dreams can slip away quickly, like trying to catch water with your hands. Imagine waking up from an epic adventure and then realizing it's all a blur, like trying to remember a movie you watched a year ago. So, the next time you can't recall your dream, just think of it as your brain tidying up its files. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 33. Why do we get déjà vu? We get déjà vu because our brains sometimes mix up the present with past memories, creating a glitch in our mental matrix. It's like your brain is saying, wait a minute, haven't I seen this before? Imagine walking into a room and feeling like you've just stepped into a scene from your favorite TV show, even though you know you haven't. So, the next time déjà vu hits, just remember your brain is playing a little trick on you. Question solved. Question number 34. Why do we remember embarrassing moments? We remember embarrassing moments because our brains treat them like little alarm bells, reminding us to avoid repeating those cringe-worthy experiences. It's like your brain is saying, remember that time you tripped in front of your crush? Let's not do that again. Imagine a friend constantly replaying a funny blooper reel of your life, just to keep you on your toes. So, the next time you cringe at a memory, just think of it as your brain's way of keeping you in check. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 35. Why do songs get stuck in our head? Songs get stuck in our head because of a little phenomenon called an earworm. When you hear a catchy tune, it latches onto your brain like a stubborn piece of gum on your shoe. Imagine humming that one jingle from a commercial all day long, and suddenly, you can't escape it. So, the next time you find yourself singing a song on repeat, just remember it's your brain's way of throwing a dance party. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 36. Why do we talk to ourselves? We talk to ourselves because it's like having a personal brainstorming session. It helps us process thoughts, solve problems, and even motivate ourselves, like a cheerleader in our heads. Imagine you're pacing around the room, discussing your plans for the day with yourself. It's like being your own life coach. So the next time you catch yourself chatting away, just remember you're having a productive conversation. Question solved. Question number 37. Why do we zone out? We zone out because our brains sometimes need a little break from reality, like a mini vacation. When we get overwhelmed or bored, it's like our minds hit the snooze button and drift off to a daydream paradise. Imagine sitting in a meeting and suddenly you're imagining yourself on a beach sipping a coconut drink instead of listening to spreadsheets. So the next time you find yourself staring blankly into space, just remember your brain is taking a well-deserved mental getaway. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 38. Why does our brain trick us? Our brain tricks us because it loves to play little games. It can create illusions, misinterpret information, or even fill in gaps with its own version of reality. Imagine looking at a magic trick and thinking, "Wow, how did they do that?" When really, your brain is just being a sneaky magician. So the next time you realize you were completely wrong about something, just remember your brain was having a little fun at your expense. Question solved. Question number 39. Why do optical illusions work? Optical illusions work because they play tricks on our brains by exploiting how we perceive light, color, and patterns. It's like your brain is trying to solve a puzzle, but the pieces are all mixed up. Imagine looking at a picture that seems to move or change shape, and your brain goes, "Wait, what just happened?" So, the next time you see an optical illusion, just remember it's your brain having a little fun with reality. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 40. Why don't we notice our own nose? We don't notice our own nose because our brains are like expert filters, tuning it out as a constant background feature. It's like having a friend who always wears a funny hat. You get so used to it that you stop seeing it. Imagine walking around with a giant post-it note on your forehead. You'd eventually forget it's there. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of your nose in the mirror, just remember your brain is busy focusing on the more exciting things around you. Question solved. Question number 41. Why do we see faces in random objects? We see faces in random objects because our brains are wired to recognize patterns, especially faces. It's like your brain is playing a fun game of Where's Waldo? Imagine looking at a cloud and suddenly seeing a grumpy face staring back at you, like it's judging your life choices. So, the next time you spot a face in your toast, just remember your brain is having a little creative fun. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 42. Why do we believe things that aren't true? We believe things that aren't true because our brains love shortcuts. They often rely on heuristics, or mental shortcuts, to make quick decisions, which can lead us to accept misinformation without questioning it. Imagine hearing a rumor about a celebrity and thinking, "Wow, that must be true because it sounds juicy." So the next time you catch yourself believing something outrageous, just remember your brain is trying to save time, even if it means getting a little mixed up. Question solved. Question number 43. Why do people fall for scams? People fall for scams because our brains can be a bit too trusting, like a puppy believing every stranger is a friend. Scammers are experts at playing on our emotions, making us feel like we're missing out on something amazing. Imagine getting an email saying you've won $1 million, and your brain goes, "Wow, I must be lucky." So, the next time you hear about a scam, just remember, it's a reminder to keep your guard up and think twice before jumping in. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 44. Why do magicians fool us? Magicians fool us because they use clever tricks and misdirection to keep our brains focused on the wrong thing. It's like trying to find your friend in a crowded room while they're hiding behind a giant balloon. Imagine watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat and thinking, "Wait, where did that bunny come from?" So, the next time you're amazed by a magic trick, just remember it's all about keeping your eyes on the show. Question solved. Question number 45. Why can't we multitask well? We can't multitask well because our brains are like a single-lane road trying to handle rush hour traffic. When we try to do multiple things at once, it's like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. It can get messy fast. Imagine sending a text while cooking and suddenly realizing you just added salt instead of sugar to your cake. So the next time you think you can do it all at once, just remember your brain prefers to take one task at a time. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 46. Why do we lose focus? We lose focus because our brains are like puppies, easily distracted by shiny objects. When there are too many stimuli or tasks, it's like trying to watch a movie while someone is juggling in front of you. It's hard to concentrate. Imagine sitting down to read a book, but your phone keeps buzzing like it's auditioning for a role in your life. So, the next time you find your mind wandering, just remember your brain is on a little adventure! Question solved. Question number 47. Why do we procrastinate? We procrastinate because our brains are like kids trying to avoid chores. When faced with a task, they often choose to do anything else, like scrolling through social media or organizing the sock drawer instead of tackling that important project. Imagine telling yourself, "I'll just watch one more episode," and suddenly it's midnight and you've binged an entire season. So the next time you catch yourself putting things off, just remember your brain is trying to find the path of least resistance. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 48. Why do we overthink? We overthink because our brains love to play detective, analyzing every detail like it's a mystery novel. It's like having a hamster on a wheel, running in circles, but getting nowhere. Imagine deciding what to have for dinner, and suddenly you're considering every meal you've ever eaten. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in a thought loop, just remember your brain is trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't need solving. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 49. Why do we make bad decisions? We make bad decisions because our brains can sometimes take a vacation from logic. When emotions run high or we're tired, it's like letting a toddler pick dinner pizza for breakfast. Anyone? Imagine deciding to buy that neon green inflatable unicorn because it seemed like a great idea at the time, only to realize it doesn't fit in your living room. So the next time you catch yourself making a questionable choice, just remember your brain might be having a little fun. Question solved. Question number 50. Why do we trust first impressions? We trust first impressions because our brains are like speed daters, quickly sizing up people in just a few seconds. It's like trying to judge a book by its cover, and sometimes we end up thinking, wow, this cover is fabulous. Imagine meeting someone at a party and instantly deciding they're your new best friend based on their awesome hat. So the next time you meet someone new, just remember your brain is making snap judgments faster than you can say, "Tell me about your hat." Tiny mystery solved. Question number 51. Why do we yawn? We yawn because it's like our body's way of saying, "Hey, I need a little refresh." When we're tired or bored, yawning helps bring in more oxygen and cool down our brains. Imagine your brain is a computer that's been running too long and needs a reboot. So, the next time you catch yourself yawning, just remember it's your body's way of hitting the refresh button. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 52. Why is yawning contagious? Yawning is contagious because it's like a group activity for our brains. When we see someone yawn, our brains pick up on it and think, "Hey, that looks nice. Let's all join in." Imagine being in a meeting and one person yawns and suddenly it's a domino effect. Everyone is fighting the urge to snooze. So the next time you find yourself yawning after someone else, just remember you are part of a sleepy tribe. Question solved. Question number 53. Why do we hiccup? We hiccup because our diaphragm gets a little too excited and decides to spasm unexpectedly. It's like your body is trying to play a prank on you, saying, "Surprise!" Imagine you're in a quiet room, and suddenly you let out a hiccup that echoes like a foghorn. Everyone turns to stare. So, the next time you get the hiccups, just remember your body is having a little fun at your expense. Question solved. Question number 54. Why do we sneeze? We sneeze because our bodies are trying to kick out irritants like dust or pollen. It's like your nose throwing a little party and saying, "Not today, allergens." Imagine you're in a quiet library, and suddenly you unleash a sneeze that sounds like a foghorn. Everyone jumps. So, the next time you feel a sneeze coming on, just remember it's your nose's way of giving those pesky particles the boot. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 55. Why do we cough? We cough because it's our body's way of clearing the airways. When something irritates your throat, it sends a signal to your brain saying, "Time to clear the runway." Imagine you're in a quiet movie theater, and suddenly you let out a cough that echoes like a foghorn. Everyone turns to stare. So the next time you cough, just remember you're giving your throat a little pep talk to keep things clear. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 56. Why do we cry? We cry because it's our body's built-in emotional release valve. When feelings get too intense, tears come pouring out, whether it's joy, sadness, or frustration. It's like your eyes are saying, "Help! We need to let this out!" Imagine watching a heartwarming movie and suddenly you're sobbing like a baby over a cartoon dog. So the next time tears start flowing, just know it's your body's way of saying, "Let it all out." Question solved. Question number 57. Why do onions make us cry? Onions make us cry because they release a gas called syn-propanethiol S oxide when you cut them. It irritates your eyes, making them water like you just watched a sad movie. Imagine chopping an onion and suddenly feeling like you're in a dramatic scene, tears streaming down your face. So, the next time you slice an onion, just remember it's not personal. It's just a little onion drama. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 58. Why do we laugh? We laugh because it's our brain's way of releasing joy and connecting with others. It's like a mini celebration in your head, triggered by something funny or even just a silly face. Imagine you're at a party and someone tells a joke that makes you snort soda out of your nose. It's a delightful mess. So, the next time you burst into laughter, just remember it's your brain throwing a little party. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 59. Why do we blush? We blush because our bodies are like little mood rings reacting to emotions. When we feel embarrassed or flattered, our blood vessels expand, sending a rush of blood to our cheeks. Imagine you just tripped in front of your crush, and suddenly your face is as red as a tomato. It's like your body is saying, "Oops, I did it again." So the next time you feel that warm flush, just remember, it's your body's way of showing how you really feel. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 1. Why is the ocean blue? The ocean is blue because water absorbs colors from the sunlight spectrum, especially red, orange, and yellow, leaving the blue hues to bounce back to our eyes. Imagine wearing blue sunglasses while swimming in a pool. Everything looks like a refreshing summer day. So, the next time you gaze at the ocean, just remember it's nature's way of showing off its favorite color. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 2. Why are clouds white? Clouds are white because they scatter sunlight. When sunlight hits the tiny water droplets in clouds, it bounces around and reflects all the colors, making them appear white. Imagine a fluffy cotton candy machine spinning together all the sweet colors into one big fluffy treat. So the next time you look up at a bright puffy cloud, just remember it's nature's way of serving up a delightful scoop of sunshine. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 3. Why are sunsets red? Sunsets are red because of a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. As the sun sets, its light has to pass through more atmosphere, scattering shorter blue wavelengths and letting the longer red wavelengths shine through. Imagine the sky throwing a farewell party, painting itself in vibrant reds and oranges like a dramatic artist. So, the next time you watch a stunning sunset, just remember it's nature's way of saying goodbye in style. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 4. Why is space black? Space is black because there's no atmosphere to scatter light. Imagine being in a dark room with a flashlight shining only in one direction. Everything else just fades into the shadows. The vast emptiness of space means that light from stars travels far and wide without bouncing around, leaving us with that deep, dark backdrop. So the next time you gaze up at the night sky, just remember, it's a cosmic canvas waiting for a splash of starlight. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 5. Why is the moon sometimes orange? The moon appears orange sometimes because of the Earth's atmosphere. When it's low in the sky, the light has to pass through more air, scattering shorter blue wavelengths and letting the longer orange hues shine through. Imagine the moon wearing a cozy orange sweater as it rises, just to keep warm. So the next time you see a glowing orange moon, just remember, it's putting on a seasonal outfit for the night. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 6. Why does the moon follow us? The moon seems to follow us because it's so far away that it takes a long time for it to change position in the sky. Imagine you're at a party, and your friend is standing in the corner, watching you dance all night long. It just looks like they're following you. So, the next time you notice the moon trailing behind as you walk, just remember, it's your celestial buddy enjoying the show. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 7. Why do stars twinkle? Stars twinkle because their light has to pass through the Earth's atmosphere, which is like a wobbly lens. As the light travels, it gets bent and distorted by the moving air. Question number 8. Why is the sun hot? The sun is hot because it's a massive ball of nuclear fusion, generating energy through intense reactions at its core. Imagine the sun as a giant cosmic oven, baking up a storm at temperatures hotter than a pizza on a Saturday night. So, the next time you feel the sun's rays warming your skin, just remember it's cooking up some serious heat from millions of miles away. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 9. Why is the Earth round? The Earth is round because it formed from a swirling cloud of dust and gas that collapsed under its own gravity, pulling everything into a nice, smooth shape. Imagine trying to make a perfect snowball. It just wants to be round. So, the next time you think about our planet, just remember, it's a big, beautiful blue marble spinning in space. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 10. Why don't we feel the Earth spinning? We don't feel the Earth spinning because we're moving with it at a constant speed, just like being on a smooth, fast train. Imagine you're on a roller coaster, and it's going so fast that you feel perfectly still, even though you're zooming through the air. So, the next time you think about our planet's rotation, just remember we're all on this wild ride together, and it's one smooth journey. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 11. Why is gravity a thing? Gravity is a thing because it's the universe's way of keeping everything grounded, literally. It pulls objects toward each other like a giant cosmic magnet. Imagine trying to jump really high, but the Earth is like, nope, not today. So, the next time you trip over your own feet, just remember, gravity is always there to keep you in check. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 12. Why does time exist? Time exists because it helps us make sense of the universe and our place in it. It's like a cosmic clock that keeps everything on schedule, from the sunrise to your favorite TV show. Imagine trying to plan a dinner party without knowing what time it is you'd end up serving dessert for breakfast. So, the next time you check the time, just remember it's the universe's way of keeping us all in sync. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 13. Why does time feel faster as we get older? Time feels faster as we get older because our brains process fewer new experiences. When you're a kid, every day is packed with firsts, like riding a bike or starting school, making time feel slow and full. Imagine your childhood summer vacation stretching out like a never-ending ice cream cone. But as we age, routines take over, and suddenly, a year feels like a blink. So, the next time you wonder where the year went, just remember, it's all about the adventures, or lack thereof, we pack into our days. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 14. Why does time slow down when we're scared? Time slows down when we are scared because our brains kick into high gear, processing everything in super slow motion. It's like your mind is a movie director, adding dramatic music and close-ups to every detail. Imagine you're about to jump off a diving board, and every second feels like an eternity as you contemplate your life choices. So, the next time you find yourself in a scary situation, just remember your brain is making sure you don't miss a single moment. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 15. Why do we have seasons? We have seasons because of the Earth's tilt on its axis as it orbits the Sun. Imagine the Earth doing a little dance, leaning one way and then the other, creating a variety of weather moods throughout the year. When it leans toward the sun, it's summer. When it leans away, it's winter. So, the next time you enjoy a sunny beach day or a snowy winter wonderland, just remember, the Earth is putting on a seasonal show for us. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 16. Why is winter cold? Winter is cold because the Earth tilts away from the sun, making the sunlight hit at a slant, which means less warmth for us. Imagine the sun is like a giant heater, and in winter it's turned down low, leaving us to bundle up in our coziest sweaters. So, the next time you feel that chilly winter breeze, just remember the Earth is giving us a frosty hug. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 17. Why is summer hot? Summer is hot because the Earth tilts toward the sun, allowing its rays to hit us directly and warm things up. Imagine the sun is cranking up the thermostat like it's hosting a beach party and forgot to turn on the fans. So the next time you're sweating buckets at a picnic, Just remember, the sun is throwing a sizzling summer bash. Tiny mystery solved. Question number 18. Why does it rain? It rains because water vapor in the atmosphere cools down and condenses into droplets, which then fall to the ground when they get heavy enough. Imagine the clouds are like giant sponges soaking up water, and when they get too full, they just can't hold it in anymore. So, the next time you hear raindrops tapping on your window, just remember it's the sky giving the earth a refreshing shower. Tiny mystery solved. Thank you for joining me today. If you have any more questions in the future, feel free to ask. Goodbye!